Hello there! In this video, I'm going to show you, step by step, how to build your own incredibly efficient DIY drip irrigation system. It's a project that will completely change your garden for the better. Alright, let's look at the components. At first, it might seem like a lot, but I promise you, it's as simple as adult Legos. Let me break down what everything does. First up, the parts that connect right to your outdoor faucet. Think of this little stack as the brain of the operation. Backflow preventer. This is non-negotiable. It's a critical safety device that makes sure water from your garden can't flow backward into your home's drinking water. It's your system's bodyguard. You absolutely need one. Filter. This is just a simple screen filter. Its only job is to catch any grit or gunk from the water source before it can clog up your tiny emitters down the line. Super simple, super important. Pressure regulator. Your home's water pressure is way too high for a drip system. It would blow the fittings right off. This little guy calms things down, reducing the pressure to a gentle 25 to 30 psi, which is the sweet spot for drip irrigation. Timer. This is technically optional, but I can't recommend it enough. This is what puts the automatic in automatic watering and makes this a true set-it-and-forget-it system. Tubing adapter. And finally, this is the simple piece that connects this whole assembly to your main irrigation tubing. Now for the body of the system, mainline tubing. This is your 1/2 inch or 5/8 inch tubing. Think of it as the main water highway, running from your faucet out to your garden beds. Feeder tubing. This is the smaller 1/4 inch tubing. If the main line is the highway, these are the local roads that branch off to deliver water right to each plant. Emitters, or drippers. These are the stars of the show. They're the little plastic heads that actually drip the water. They come in different flow rates, like a 1/2 gallon, 1 gallon, or 2 gallons per hour, so you can customize how much water each specific plant gets. Fittings. These are all your little connectors, the T's, elbows, and couplers that let you split the lines and run your tubing around corners. This is what makes the system so incredibly customizable. Goof plugs. Look, nobody's perfect. If you punch a hole in the wrong spot, you just jam one of these plugs in to seal it up. It's that easy. And finally, the tools you'll need. Tubing hole punch. This tool is designed to make perfect, clean holes in your main line for inserting emitters or smaller lines. Tubing cutters or heavy-duty scissors. You need something that gives you clean, straight cuts on the tubing. Stakes or hold-downs. These are essential for pinning your tubing down so it doesn't wander off. So, what does all this cost? You can find basic starter kits for a small garden for as little as $20 to $50. If you're building a more custom system like this one, you might spend a bit more, but it's still one of the most affordable, high-impact projects you can tackle. You can find everything at big box stores, garden centers, or online irrigation suppliers. I'm serious about this. Spending 10 minutes on a quick sketch now will save you an hour of headaches later. It doesn't need to be a work of art. Just grab a piece of paper and draw a rough map of your garden. First, mark your water source, your spigot. Second, draw the path for your main 1/2 inch tubing. This is your water highway. You'll want it to run along the edge of your garden beds or down the main pathways, getting it as close as possible to everything you want to water. Third, mark where your plants are. For long rows of veggies, you'll run your smaller feeder lines parallel to the row. For bigger, individual plants like a giant tomato or a blueberry bush, you might want to make a little ring of tubing around its base with a few emitters. The real beauty here is that it's all modular. Nothing is set in stone. As your garden grows and changes, you can easily add new lines, move emitters around, or cap off old ones. Your plan is just a starting point. Okay, your blueprint is done and you know what you need. Before we get our hands dirty, if you're getting value from this guide and are excited to finally automate your watering, take 1 second and hit that like button. It's a huge help. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any more projects that save you time and help you grow a better garden. Alright, let's get building. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's put this all together. Step 1. The head assembly. First, let's build the control center at the spigot. The order here is important, so pay attention. Start with the timer if you have one and screw it directly onto the spigot. After the timer comes the backflow preventer. Next is the filter. And finally, the pressure regulator. At the very end, attach the tubing adapter. That's the magic formula. Timer, backflow, filter, regulator, adapter. With the brains of the operation built, it's time to roll out the 1/2 inch main line. Pro tip: let the coiled tubing sit out in the sun for an hour before you start. The warmth makes it way more flexible and easier to work with. Connect one end to your head assembly and unroll the tubing along the path you sketched out. Don't stress about making it perfect yet. Just use landscape stakes every few feet to loosely hold it in place. Our highway is in place, so let's build the off-ramps to the plants. Grab your hole punch and press it firmly into the main line wherever you want a smaller line to start. You'll feel a satisfying little pop. Then, take a small barbed connector and wiggle it into the hole you just punched. It should be nice and snug. Now we connect the side roads. Cut a piece of the smaller 1/4 inch tubing to the length you need and push it right over the barb on the main line. Run this little tube right to the base of your plant. Alright, the final connection, where the water actually meets the soil. Take an emitter and push it into the open end of your 1/4 inch line. Place the emitter on the soil near the base of the plant, but not right up against the stem. Use a small stake to hold it in place and make sure it's aimed down at the dirt. Now just repeat that for every single plant you want to water. This is a small step, but people forget it all the time. You have to close the ends of your main 1/2 inch lines. If you don't, water will just gush out the end. You can use a fancy end cap fitting or a simple figure 8 clamp. Just fold the tube over on itself and slide the clamp on to pinch it shut. Okay, the system is built. Before you walk away, we need to test and flush it. For this part, make sure your end caps are all open. Go back to your spigot and turn the water on, slowly. You'll hear the water start to fill the lines. Let it run for a minute or two to flush out any dirt or plastic shavings that might have gotten in there. Once the water running out the ends is clear, turn it off and close up all your end caps. Now, turn the water back on. Walk the entire system. Look for any leaks at the connections. If you see a little spray, it usually just means a fitting isn't pushed in all the way. Now, check your emitters. You should see a slow, steady drip 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 from each one. Not a spray, just a drip. That's how you know it's working perfectly. And there you have it. A perfect, slow delivery of water right where your plants need it most. Now you can set your timer. A good starting point is about 30 minutes every other day, but you'll need to watch your plants and adjust based on your climate, soil, and what you're growing. If this guide was helpful and you're excited to finally solve your watering woes, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more projects that will help you save time and grow an incredible garden. I would absolutely love to see what you're building. Drop a comment below and let me know what you're growing in your garden this year. So there you go. For a small investment of time and money, you've built a professional-grade irrigation system that's going to save you water, save you hours of work, and give you healthier, happier plants. You can finally stop being a slave to the garden hose and let your new automated system do the work for you. Now you can spend less time watering and more time enjoying the amazing harvest you deserve. Happy gardening!